Hello everyone, welcome back, and today I'm going to be doing a poster haul. So I have recently got a load of Duran Duran posters. I think I've mentioned before that I am a collector. I collect Duran Duran memorabilia and vinyl and music of the band. That went really wrong. So basically I just collect anything to do with the band, tour programs, books, magazines, CDs, vinyl. You get the point, you know, just like what you would collect. And I have got quite a few posters, and considering I have been running short for ideas recently, I thought, you know what? Why not start doing little collection videos? I don't even know if that is very interesting, but I wanted to do it just to show off, really. No, I'm kidding. They are quite large posters, actually. And I think it's going to be quite awkward to show you them because they're rolled up, basically. They are all rolled up. I don't really have a way to flatten them because they are very big. I'll have to figure out how to do that. I might just have to put them in a box, roll them out in a box, and then put loads of stuff on top of them and flatten them out and hope that works, but I don't know. But yeah, why don't we just get on with it? I'm gonna have a difficult time unraveling all of these, I think, so that's great, but we'll try. We'll just go along with it as we go along, won't we? Now, I didn't really think this through because they're all just ravelled within each other. I'm trying to unravel them. Well, unroll them is the right word. Trying to unroll them and they're just springing back into each other. So this is going to be really difficult to show you them, especially the larger ones. So that is great. Also started going a bit Australian there. It's fine. It's fine. We'll do if we get on. Oh, really? I was reading online and they were like, try and roll it the other way. I haven't got all day. But first of all, if it works, if it will show you instead of curling up, I'm going to figure something out. Don't worry. But it will have to be after I do this video. So, yay for me. But the first poster we have is this one. I think this was taken on the Union of the Snake set. It probably wasn't. Someone's going to come and correct me and be like, what? I think it's actually the picture on the Union of the Snake single. So maybe that's why I'm thinking that. But it's definitely from the Seven and the Ragged Tiger era. I like this poster. I really do. I think it's great. So far, my favourite one. We've only looked at one, but it's already my favourite. I do actually really like the Seven and the Ragged Tiger era. And the Union of the Snake is one of my favourite Duran Duran music videos. I say that about half of them, don't I? But yeah, so far so good. I will give this poster... What will I give this poster? It's quite hard for me to look at it because it's sort of in reverse at the moment, but I would give this poster, I think, probably a 10 out of 10 because it is great and I really like that. May or may not end up putting that one on my wall, actually. That is brilliant. I wonder how many people actually had this on their wall back in the 80s. That will be really interesting to know if any of you had any of these posters back in the time when they were very popular and everyone had them on their walls. But that is the first. I'm not quite sure how many we have to get through, so this video will probably be forever. So let's not dilly-dally. Put that here. There needs to be something we can use to iron out our photos because this is disastrous, actually. But this is the second one. It's obviously from the Friends of Mine photo shoot. I wouldn't say this would be one of my favourite posters. Would I put it on my wall? Probably not. I would probably give this poster a 7 out of 10. I feel like there was probably a few people that definitely had this on their wall. And I'm really sorry that this is so awkward and that they're curling up at the edges. I didn't really think that through. What on earth? Oh, it was probably my cat. So that is the next one. Just gonna let it roll. What else can you do? Nothing. Okay, we have like 3 in 1 here, but I'm obviously not going to show you them all at the same time, because what the heck. Oh, these ones look really fab, actually. This is the next one. I actually have a poster from a magazine. It's like a magazine page that's very similar to this one, framed in my room. It's definitely the same photo shoot, but they're all sat in a different position, I believe. I think the poster I have framed on my wall is quite popular because I'm pretty sure I also have another one in a file. So yeah, I will maybe insert a picture of it if I remember to, so you know what I'm referencing. But I do like this one. I like how they're all sat together, they're in the suits, they look very formal. It's very Duran Duran, obviously. Wouldn't be Depeche Mode, would it? But I'm saying this is probably from the Rio era, so 1982. Just judging by the suits, Simon and John's suit especially. I'm pretty sure that Simon wore a suit like that around the Rio era, but correct me if I'm wrong. I am still going along and learning. Yeah, I really like this poster, and I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I don't know where I brought the rating system into it, because this wasn't my original plan. But it's fun. It's fun. Did you have this poster? Let me know. This is going to be the most awkward but funny video I've ever made, I think. I wonder if I'll have an Arcadia poster. I actually didn't really look at these. I just kind of bought them. I was like, big lot of Duran Duran posters. I will take that. Thank you. Oh, we have got some good ones now. This is one of my favourite photo shoots. I'm trying to smooth it down, but that's literally not going to work, is it? Face facts. I've tried to do that with all of them, and they've just rolled right back up. Now, I love the bar photo shoot from the few photos that I have seen of it. Pretty sure this was from the Rio era. On the poster it says 1984, but I don't think this was 1984. I have the Rio Deluxe CD, and I'm pretty sure a picture from this photo shoot is in there. So I don't know if it's from 82 or 83. I'm not really sure. I couldn't really pinpoint. I would say it's from the Rio era that these photos were taken, but I don't know. I wasn't around then as much as I like to think that I was. So somebody who actually knows, let me know. And I would give this poster probably a 10 out of 10, because it is one of my favourite sort of photo shoots. I like the one where they're in a bar. I think that's what it is, right? So that is that poster. This is the last of the little ones. A bit nervous now because I don't know how I'm going to show you the very big ones. But whatever, we'll just get on with it, won't we? So this is the final small photo. I know that this is from the Seven and the Rugged Tiger photo shoot. The tiger is not there. Bit of a shame. Was a key feature. They're all set outside this building. I don't know what the building is called. If it was even a real building, I probably should look into that more. But whatever, it's fine. It's not fine, because I try to be a know-it-all, but I'm really showing I don't know it all. Very nice picture. Like I said, I do like the Seven and the Ragged Tiger era. So this is just a nice little poster of all of the band. Got Andy in the middle with his glasses on. Sort of hinting at the future there, really, when you think about it. Because I don't think he wore sunglasses very often in the 80s, in the beginning days. And I don't think he did throughout his solo career, did he? I don't really know much about his solo career. I haven't really got into that. I don't believe he wore sunglasses. But you know what? Can't blame him. Sometimes the light's too much. Sometimes you just want to hide your face. Why not wear sunglasses? I would probably give this poster... Can you see Simon? You better see Simon. I would give this poster a 7 and the Ragged Tiger out of 10. No, I'm kidding. I would probably give this one a 9. Some of these posters I think I could wallpaper my bedroom with. There wasn't any measurements, by the way. It was just pictures, and they weren't pictures that were like, this is a banana for scale. It was like just pictures, and it was like, oh, cute little poster. Brill, I'll take those. Not realising that some of these are actually probably taller than me. Oh. Again, I didn't really know, so this is a surprise. I'm guessing this is a half of something. So we have John Taylor, I believe. Is it John Taylor? I think it is. It says trust the process, but it sort of says ust the process because half of it is missing. I'm guessing this is the half of something else. Maybe I'm wrong. But like I said, I didn't completely look at these posters. I just saw there was a huge bundle of them and thought, do you know what? Those are going to be mine. I wanted it to be a surprise, and I have been surprised. I don't feel misled, to be honest, because I think this is better. It's better than paying a lot of money for posters that are only A4, but flipping heck. I'm going to go wallpaper my wall with all of these. But anyway, this is John Taylor, Trust the Process. I feel like it's a sign that I picked this up first and out of all of them, because it's like, just trust the process, okay? I think all the John girls will love this if they're watching. Tell the John girls to come watch this. Honestly, I'm not a John girl. We can probably tell, or can we not? Because I am giving John Taylor vibes with my hair sometimes. So I would give this probably a 6 out of 10. There's not much going on. I think it's the other half of something, but I'm not sure about that. I don't really know what it's from, but I'm just going to trust the process. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow. This is a Big Thing poster, which I can't show you properly because, hi me in the reflection. It also has a little calendar at the bottom. I like that. I like Big Thing era. I think it was a great era. I know not many people do. They think the fashion is ridiculous. I say it's fun. But I'm just quirky like that. What was that? Irish? Bono? Hello? I do like this little Big Thing era poster. It's not very often you find a Big Thing era poster, actually. I think there is going to be a few posters in here that it's going to be like, oh my god, this is great. I did have a little look at them, but I didn't look at them enough to acknowledge what was in here, if that makes sense. Like, I know I've been lying and saying I didn't look at them. I did a little bit. Big Thing poster gets an 8 out of 10 for me because there isn't a lot going on. It is very, like, plain. It is a calendar poster, like I did try to show you. But apart from that, it's great, and I like to see the Big Thing representation. Okay, so this is going to be difficult. Okay, I actually tried that little tip that was like, try to roll it backwards. And although it's going to be quite time consuming, I think it did help me a little bit. It still does look a little bit bent, but it's not like completely rolling back up on itself like it was before. This one is a live poster. And I'm wondering, is this from the live that they did at Villa Park? When they did that, was it 83, 82? I'm not quite entirely sure. It looks to me like it's an outdoor gig. Probably wrong. There's not really a picture. Oh, there is a picture of Roger. I didn't know if one of them would be wearing like a shirt or something. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure what live this is. If anybody knows what live this came from, I'd be interested to know. I do like this. I like how it's got a shot of each band member individually, and then there is a shot at the top of Andy, John and Simon, and there is Roger on his drum kit, but I don't think you can actually see Roger. And I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's not my favourite, but I do really like it. Okay, we got a nice arena one here. Arena, the Wild Boys sort of era, but it is arena. And it is coming up to the anniversary of Arena, 40th anniversary, 12th of November. How exciting. By the time this video is posted, it probably will have already been the anniversary of Arena. I like this because it's a picture of like the Wild Boys era. If you know me, you know I love the Wild Boys, which also turned 40 this year. They're all sort of staring into your soul if you look at them long enough though. They're like, we're watching you. Like, oh right, okay. It just collapsed on me. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It can have a -1 for just falling away on me like that. Like, goodbye, Simon. But I do like this. I like the Wild Boys era, which is where this picture was taken from, I suppose. And because obviously 84 was like the Wild Boys era. 8 out of 10. It was dying to roll back up. We have another one here of the band. Very early days here. Very. Because they're all a bit new romantic still. Simon hasn't got his blonde hair yet. Definitely 81, or it could be, would it be like, no, it can't have been late 1980, I don't think. I will say Roger is my second favourite member. Obviously Simon's the first, but I do have a soft spot for Roger because he just seems really lovely. And I have read stories about him actually being really lovely, which is what you want to hear, isn't it? So, you know, maybe it's just what you want to hear. But I don't really think I've ever heard anybody say a bad word about Roger. I wouldn't say this is one of my favourite posters. It is a little bit, you know, it's a bit colourless. That's not the poster's fault or the photography's fault or anything. That's just my opinion. Not really one I would put up on my wall, to be honest. And probably so far my least favourite. I would give this probably a 6 out of 10. I don't really want to rate them lower because it's my band and I love Duran Duran. But yeah, not my favourite poster that I have so far. But still a great one from the early days, and probably quite a good find as well to have a poster from the very beginning. Again, another one from the early days. This is definitely very new romantic. I do prefer this one to the one I just shown you. But I will be honest, the very, like, the first Duran Duran era, like the new romantic era, isn't my favourite. It's not my favourite era in terms of, like, the looks and everything, like the clothing. And, you know, I don't have anything against new romantic style, by the way. I think it's great, but just, it's not my favourite Duran Duran era, okay? And I don't want it to sound like I hate the new romantics. I don't. I think it was a great era, but it's just not my favourite Duran Duran era. I've always said that. Like, I loved the first album, but I guess the suits and the yachts were more my cup of tea. But, you know, it is a really cool poster, and if you are into the new romantic Duran Duran era, you're not having it. It's mine. And like I said, it is a really cool poster, again, from the early days, and I will probably give this one a 7 out of 10. We're on to the really big poster. Well, I have shown some big ones, but there's one here that I don't even know if I can show because it is really big. Like, it's taller than me, probably. I would say that's an exaggeration, but I'm not even 5 foot. So it might not be. I don't know how I'm going to get the poster out. We might just have to leave that one, and I'll just have to put a picture of it when I can roll it across the floor and have room. This next one, it's a bit dirty. It's not really. Got another calendar poster right here. There's Roger, so you can see Roger. Oh, this is actually the picture from the poster I was talking about before. That is the actual picture. So that's done me a favour. Yep, this is a calendar of 1984. They loved calendar posters back then, didn't they? Oh, so I'm filming this on the 10th of November 2024, so 40 years later. And the 10th of November was on a Saturday in 84. It's a Sunday today. But yeah, lovely poster. They really picked a great picture to put in the centre, didn't they? They knew what they were doing. Or did they? Because I feel like all the fans would have been like, we want a John. How dare you? How dare you when Simon's right there on display for you? I'm probably going to give this one a 9 out of 10. Also, did I show you Nick? I think you can see Nick in the corner, but I I did have to show you Roger because he's just rolled up there. Do like this calendar poster. I like that the calendar's a little bit more obvious on this one than on the Big Thing one. I think, you know, that is quite useful because you couldn't really tell that the Big Thing calendar was a calendar. Now this is a cool poster. So this is Andy Taylor's solo album, Thunder. How cool is the poster though? I actually think that's great. Oh my god. I do keep meaning to listen to Andy's solo work. Andy's a cool guitarist and, you know, he left Duran Duran. Circumstances, a lot of things we won't get into. Poor Andy. I do hope he's doing fine recently because there hasn't been an update for a while. Not that, you know, we need to have an update about everything, but it would just be nice to know how he's doing. Features. I Might Lie. Don't Let Me Die Young. It's quite sad, that one. Life Goes On. Quite the honesty, really, you know. He might lie. Don't Let Him Die Young. But life does go on. So, inspirational. Should give his work a listen to. But yeah, I actually think this is a really cool poster. I like sort of comic-y design of it. There you go. I'm going to give this an actual 10 out of 10 because I do think that is a really amazing poster. Did anybody have this poster? Does anybody have it now? It's great. Oh dear. And I nearly snapped it in half. I mean, I don't think you can do that, but it really crunched. This next poster, I'm not quite sure people will be very fond of. Personally, I am. But I'm just checking none of these are double-sided because I think this one is. But I'm gonna like this. Don't think anyone else will. I don't even know how to show you this. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna show you the first side. I don't know if I even can manage. But oh my god. This is half the size of me. I did not expect it to be this big. Ta-da! I can't even show you completely. But basically, it is a thank you poster. I think you can see it, but oh my god. It is huge. And that's not it even done. There's another side. There's a B side to the poster. Also, one thing I want to quickly point out is I am right about the date of the release of this because it says on the poster right here, available April 4th. But this year, people were posting about the Duran-anniversary, as we say online, of this album in like March, like late March. And everyone was posting about it. And I was like, it came out on April 4th. So I didn't post my little happy anniversary to the album until the 4th of April. Nobody said anything, but I was just like, I'm sure this is the wrong date because I'd seen in a video they were like, it's April 4th, it's the release of Thank You, and everybody was like, at the end of March, were like posting about it, and I was like, no. But this has happened a lot this year actually. Like, people have been getting the dates of the like anniversaries for albums and singles wrong, and I'm just like, where are you finding this information? Because it's wrong, and whoever wrote that information in the first place needs to do a little bit of deeper searching, really. But yeah, I always double check on the actual official Duran Duran website because there's actually a section on there that tells you when the singles and when the albums were released, like officially. I think that's much more reliable than Wikipedia. Because do you know how many times Wikipedia's been wrong this year? At least about 4. Don't trust Wikipedia. I think the millennials tried to tell us that, but we don't listen to them, do we? And now look. I can't even show you it fully because it's so bloody long. Everybody's there. Everybody that has a cover of the song on the album. I would point them out to you if I could, but I can't. Well, I'd point out the ones I know. I know Jim Morrison from The Doors, Lou Reed. I do know the other artists that were on here, but I just I don't know them by the way they look, if that makes sense. That's really good information. Oh no, that's Elvis Costello. That's Lou Reed. My bad. Clearly, I'm really good at what I do. So yeah, Jim Morrison, The Doors, Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel, Sly and the Family Stone. Yeah, I don't really know them to like... I can name a few by their face, but most of them I don't, because I wasn't alive in the 60s and the 70s, sadly. You wouldn't believe, would you? Because I do act like I was. I struggled showing you that poster, so I don't think this poster is gonna happen, to be honest. I still have more. There's more down here. I'm not even done. But this is the last poster I have unravelled at the moment. Well, unrolled. I keep saying unravelled. I'm unravelling. So we travel and we unravel, and I am unravelling with this video. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be possible to show you, but I'll try. And if I can't, you won't see it. Well, I will show you it somehow, even if I have to, like, just take a picture of it, which might be hard because it's about 5 foot tall. But we'll figure something out. I always do. Oh my god. Right, I'm just picking them up after because I'm not putting this poster down now. Ta-da! Can you see it? I don't know. This is the mega poster. But now that I've unrolled it, it's actually not as bad as I thought that it was going to be. I think the thank you poster was actually worse. I love the astronaut era, so I love this poster. Don't have anywhere to put it though, but if I did, it would go on my wall. I just realised I didn't actually rate the thank you poster, but I'm not getting it back out. So the thank you poster I will give a 8 out of 10 to, because it is just the album cover really, but I love thank you. I love the astronaut era. It is one of my favourite eras, I think, just because they're all back together again. And there's Andy, obviously, with his sunglasses. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 because it's not very often you find an astronaut poster, I don't think. So it's getting a 10 because it's great. I love astronaut. And it wasn't actually 5 foot like I had been expecting, but it's still a big poster, isn't it? So the next few are some displays. I'm actually not going to do the reverse roll thing because I think the best thing to do with these is flatten them out. They are cardboard, so I'm just going to put them on top of, put something heavy on top of them and then hope that does the trick. So first of all, we have the wedding album display. It's not an actual vinyl, but if you wanted to be cruel, you could trick someone into thinking that it was. Don't do that. False advertisement. And if you're going to do it to prank someone for the birthday, you've ruined their birthday. I do actually have one of these. And then on the back, it just tells you that it is featuring Ordinary World and Come Undone, the 2 singles from the wedding album. And also, there's actually 3 singles, isn't there? Where's there 4? But there's definitely Too Much Information is also a single, but it's not on here. I love the wedding album, and I do like these album displays as well. I think they're quite cool. So I think all in all, this will get an 8 out of 10. Because this one is cardboard, it doesn't actually want to like roll right back up. So that's what I mean. It's probably best to just squash that one down and flatten it. Keeping on the wedding album theme, we have an advertisement for Come Undone, the single, which was out March 29th, which I think is when People Were Saying Thank You came out. Get your facts right, darlings. 7-inch and cassette feature Ordinary World, acoustic version. Limited edition CD digipack, part 1, featuring Ordinary World, acoustic version. And Simon Funky Ginger Law remixes of Come Undone. Cool, be on the lookout for that. I would probably give this one a 7 out of 10. It's just, you know, it's just the single. There was nothing on the back of that one. Now going back to something we were talking about previously, we have an arena display. As I said before, It's coming up to the 40th anniversary of Arena, an album that is really popular, everybody loves because it was the first live Duran Duran album. I see a lot of posts about people saying it was like what everyone wanted for Christmas in 1984. So were you one of those people? Did you get a copy of Arena for Christmas in 1984? I am intrigued. Also on the back we just have the logo for Arena. Can't really fault the Arena cover, it is cool. I do have an Arena vinyl. I haven't actually listened to Arena, but I have listened to As the Lights Go Down, which I've been told is the same thing. It always confuses me, but when I've asked in the past, I've been told it's the same thing. Just that As the Lights Go Down was like a shorter version of it. Like Arena's like the whole film, and As the Lights Go Down is a version that has all the parts in between cut out. I'm not sure. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. And then finally for the displays we have Midazoland. I don't think it's a secret that I do like Midazoland. I'm one of the few rare people, but I think we knew when I liked Thank You that I was probably going to like Midazoland. But I do like 90s Duran Duran, except for one thing. But apart from that, I actually like the Midazoland album cover. It is one of my... this is so controversial, please don't come at me for this, but the Midazoland album cover is probably one of my favourite album covers of Duran Duran's. Don't come at me for it. I think I remember Simon saying in an interview that I read that there was an artist, and I don't remember his name, but he just took pictures of them and started like making them, in Simon's own words, uglier than they were. His words, not mine. I wouldn't say that. Just took pictures of them and scribbled a cover, and it became Midazoland's cover, and I like it. I think it's very artistic and very different and very... I don't really know. But anyway, on the back we just have the single, like the track list, featuring Electric Barbarella, Big Bang Generation, Who Do You Think You Are? This is like the only colour of pink I like. Can you tell? It actually kind of matches my t-shirt, the Hollywood High t-shirt. I love a Hollywood High. I think it's actually been 2 years today since I went to see it in the cinema. I can't remember what date I went to see it because it came out on the 3rd of November 2022, but I didn't go and see the first showing. I went to the second one because they had it on for 2 weeks. It was like on 1 week and then on the week after. And I went to the second one. I can't remember the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it is now 2 years since I went to watch a Hollywood High in the cinema. And I really loved the film. It's great. Anyone else go and see it? This is very off subject. But anyway, Midazoland. Well, I was going to say the singles, but I think Electric Barbarella is the only single on there. Anyway, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 because I do love Midazoland and the album cover, and I'm very sorry for that, but it's my opinion. So we are on to the final few posters now, and they are all part of this 5 poster set. Now I just had a little panic, well not a panic, but a little bit of a disappointed moment because I didn't think Roger was there. But when I was unrolling the posters, I counted them as I went along, and there were only 4. And I was like, where's Roger? Because, you know, I saw who was who as I was getting them all out, and I was like, oh my gosh, Roger isn't here. But the poster was rolled up into another poster, so it's fine. The set is complete, but I was a bit like, whoa, should I rate this poster? Because it is just more like a little advertisement poster of the set. But I will. It's got them all on there, so we'll give it a 9 out of 10 because the pictures look really great. Obviously, these are the posters that you get in the set. So the first poster is Nick. Can't really see his face much in this poster, well, in this picture, because his hat is hiding his face. I do think, you know, there's a bit of an artistic flair to the picture. and that is Nick. He's very artsy. You know, I don't really think of the artistic touch at first, but now that I think of it more, I do actually think the hat, like, shadowing over his face is a very nice touch, and I do quite like that, actually. So I'm actually going to give this poster a 9 out of 10 because it is quite a nice photo. I feel a little bit mean giving the pictures of just the guys on their own like a rating, because it's like, you know, I don't want it to seem like I'm rating the guys' looks, because they had enough of that in smash hits in the 80s. Like, honestly, those magazines were brutal. Like, the scale of, like, hottest male, and then it was like, oh my god, imagine, like, you're not being on there and you're just like, great. Like, your self-image was probably and also, like, when they were all from the same band, and it was like basically literally Duran Duran, where they were like, John Taylor is most desirable guy, and then you have like Simon in third, and then Nick in like fifth. Imagine that. Like, oh, great, we're all being put against each other for our looks. And, you know, I know that was like the big deal with Duran Duran, was their looks. You know, that was what everybody liked about them. Mostly, it wasn't the music. I mean, it probably was for a lot of people, but for a lot of the younger girl fans, it was, oh my god, pretty boys in a poster. And you know what, can't blame them. If I was there in the 80s, I mean, I love them now, but you know, to have been there in that moment when they were like really big must have been amazing. But also, I do feel sorry for them for the way that they were put against each other, and you know, like, put against other people. Like, it's just not the nicest thing, is it, to have your looks compared to your band members and things, and then feel like, oh, people like him more than me, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just like, a lot of the time they would make the others feel like shit. Like, they would try and write things to make them feel like shit. This is a whole rant about nothing, but you get the point. Up next, we have John Taylor. This one started to roll a little bit again, actually. Any John girls watching? You can't have this poster, sorry, it's mine. Nice picture of John. He looks like he's looking across the fields. I'm joking. He's being John, is what he's being. And he's, you know, smolder. Is that what they call that look? I'm not sure. He's quite a cutie patootie here, actually. I'm not normally a John girl, but I do kind of like, you know, there are some pictures and some videos where I'm like, oh, I kind of get it, but I will forever be a Simon girl. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Love that man. But yeah, nice picture of John. Probably coming up to being one of my favourite pictures of John, actually. I do quite like this picture, and I will give it an 8 out of 10. Is that what I gave the other one? I can't remember. But I feel really bad. I don't want to be like, he's better. This picture of him's better because it's him, you know? You know, I'm not like that. I think, you know, they were all, you know, they all had their qualities and their differences, and it's what made them who they are. Stop defining them by their looks. The 80s. Okay? Next up, we have Andy Taylor. I promise the picture does look better. For some reason, it's given an awkward angle. But it is a nice picture of Andy, I promise. I can't get it to bloody look right on the picture, on the camera, but it might actually look better once I'm editing, because obviously it is flipped right now, what I'm looking at. I like this picture of Andy. He sort of just looks like he's looking past something, which I suppose you're not really meant to make it obvious you're looking at the camera. I really like this poster set. I think it's great, and I'm really glad I actually have it. It's a really nice picture of Andy. I think all of these pictures are actually really nice. We'll also give this one an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Roger Taylor. I can't bloody hold it properly. Yep, we have Roger Taylor. I wish the light would stop glaring, but what can you do? But here's Roger. It's a very nice picture. He's actually looking right into the camera. Another nice picture. But I do wonder, anybody who had the set of 5 posters, did you just hang like one of them up? Like, you know, were you like biased? You got the set of posters, just to have one of them on your wall, like of John or of Simon or somebody. Did anybody ever have just like Andy or Roger on their wall? Because I feel like we just don't give them enough credit. So were you actually an Andy or a Roger person, or, you know, even Nick? But I feel like Nick was sort of more up there, not quite on like the John and Simon level, but there, you know, like it's not a competition. Everyone has a favourite, and sometimes people have the same favourite more than another. I like this picture of Roger, like I've said about the other three. It's a nice picture of him. He looks very smart, very elegant. I am going to actually give this picture an 8 out of 10 because I don't really want to give it different to the others now. I feel a bit cruel doing that. 8 out of 10. I do wish the glare wasn't on it because where I'm stood it looks nice, but where I'm holding it there's just glare. But now we are on to the final poster. I saved my favourite until last, as you can probably gather by now, and that is the curl of the poster is doing him dirty, but Simon Le Bon. Okay, don't ever do that again. But anyway, we have the beautiful Simon Le Bon. But yeah, we have Simon. Nice picture of him, but again, the camera is just, it's not doing it justice. It might, like I said when I edit, it might look okay because everything's flipped at the moment, so it's kind of hard to tell when things are flipped. Lovely picture of him. It's very close up though, which actually, to be honest, they all sort of were except for Roger and Nick. But this one, he's like, the others were kind of looking away. He's actually looking right at you, like okay, stare into my soul. Take it if you will. Lovely picture of him. Very nice. Because it's Simon, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because it's my favourite and I'm biased. It was very beautiful. It still is. Whatever you think, don't come at me and say, no, he's not. Wow. Wow. We see how superficial you are then. He doesn't deserve the hate he gets. But anyway, this is Simon's picture. It's a nice picture of him, very close up. It does look better where I'm holding it. I don't mean that it's like, you know, you have to hold it at a certain angle for it to look nice. I just mean the camera's not doing it justice, which it kind of hasn't for all of them, except maybe the Nick poster. I am going to give this a 10 out of 10 because I am a little bit biased and Simon is my favourite and I could not give him a 10 out of 10. How old are you? 47? So that is pretty much the poster haul. I'm really happy with all of the posters. I haven't properly looked at all of them until now because I was like, well, it's just gonna be a complete disaster if I get them all out, and you know, so I thought I'd just do it when I'm setting up to record. And so this is like kind of my first impression of them. Like I said, I didn't completely look through the photos. I had a little look because obviously, you know, you kind of do want to double check what you are going to purchase. But I'm really pleased with them all. I don't think there's one that I you know, a little bit displeased with. I do think the thank you poster was the worst to show because it was so much longer than I actually thought it was going to be. Like, I think it was actually bigger than the astronaut poster, which is, I thought that was going to be like the biggest width of a poster, but no, it was the thank you poster. I don't really know which my favourite one is. I think they all are great in their own way. Probably the ones with the band together, the ones that I showed at the beginning, the very first ones. If you can even remember them, because this video has been so long, I feel like I've been stood here forever. But I'm really, really pleased with my posters. I love collecting things, especially posters and pictures. I love looking at pictures. So I'm really nerdy and geeky, look at me. But yeah, I'm really happy. And I hope you enjoyed looking at these posters as much as I did. I wonder if it gave you like a little nostalgia trip. Did you have any of these posters? Do you still have them now? Because I know that some people who carried their Duran fanness into their adult life have kept their stuff, and then they have the posters all around the walls, and I think that is great. So, do you still have them? Did you ever have them? I'm interested to know. And, you know, I might do more collectible videos. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in like vinyl collection, my tour program collection, or Duran Duran, by the way, because you can tell that Duran Duran is quite my personality at the moment, and has been for the past 2.5 years. It's more like coming up to 3. But yeah, so if you're interested in seeing my collection of tour programs or books, things like that, I may actually be doing videos like that soon. Until the next one, bye.